Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone, and thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about the game Diablo 4 and the new update that released today on June 27th. Let's look at some of the details. I'm not going to go through every detail of this article, but I think just looking at the actual notes themselves, it just happened to be in bigger print here, and we can read them together here. Bug fixes. Fix an issue where players can't engage with the Dead Man's Dread dungeon boss. Fix an issue where certain whispers couldn't be completed. Fix an issue where the those who call the storm event wouldn't register as completed. Fix an issue where those who call the storm event would place a permanent debuff on the player that would generally drain their health. Well, geez, that must have been a nice one. I didn't experience that, but I would not want to experience that. Fix an issue where enemies could spawn behind the sealed door in the cultist refuge dungeon, blocking dungeon progression. Fix an issue where characters could be damaged and killed during the stronghold completion cutscene. Okay, that makes sense because you're kind of locked into that cutscene. Fixed an issue where the level 100 Pinnacle boss would appear again with no health bar if killed during a specific phase. All right. Fixed an issue where progression could be blocked in the Cathedral Light capstone dungeon. Okay. And fixing it, so that's a key thing. Capstone dungeons you got to do to get to the next tier, and if they had an issue where progression on that dungeon couldn't happen, there was some bitter people because they wouldn't be able to get into tier 2, tier 3, right? I mean, I think that's what you need to do for that. Fixed an issue that resulted in a crash or freeze if people entered the Untamed Thicket dungeon during the Fangs of Corruption quest. All right. Gameplay fixes. Fix an issue where the Fury and Mad Wolf Glee items prevented druids from transforming into the werebear and wereforms. Fix an issue where spider host enemies would remain upright after exploding and dying. Fix an issue where equipment was with socketed gems couldn't be mass salvaged. Fixed an issue where players were unable to teleport while in the Karagar or the Karagar outskirts. Fix an issue where corpse tendrils would cause the corpse visual to disappear. All right, so it looks like they fixed. I mean, I think this is just fix. I think I'm boring you at this point. Let's go to some of the bread and butter of this thing, what people have been looking for. Local co-op. Let's look at this real quick. I'm not saying that this is not important, but it sounds like they fixed a lot of things that people had reported. So local co-op. Fix an issue where the second player that closes the region progress memory will be locked. Okay. So fixed an issue where preview slot and the items would only display for one player during co-op. Okay, so they did some co-op fixes. Okay, so quests. They fixed a few quests here. I'm going to link this article so you'll be able to read this for yourself. But it looks like most of the quests that people have been reporting have some fixes. The UI has been fixed. Wow, a lot of fixes in the UI. Oh boy. And miscellaneous. Fix an issue with couldn't create a clan with their language was to select Russian or Spanish. Okay, that's not... Okay, gameplay adjustment. Specifically, okay, this is what I really wanted to get to. I mean, I'm glad the rest of the stuff above has been done. But let's talk about some of the stuff that we've been looking for experience rewards. Significantly increase the experience and awarded for completing a nightmare dungeon. Yay. Specifically increase the experience gained for killing monsters in a nightmare dungeon. Yay. Helltide chests now provide substantially more bonus experience when open. Yay. Significantly increased rewarded experience for completing individual whisper access to the board. Whispers across the board. That's the tree. I think that's the tree thing, side quest you can do. Fixed an issue where no experience was awarded for completing the hold out style event that could occur after finishing a dungeon objectives. All right, general. Helltide roaming boss will now more consistently drop higher quality loot. That's good. Players can now teleport to nightmare dungeons directly through the map. That's great. Weekly bonus catchy for world bosses no longer have a level requirement for opening. So it used to be like 80, 82. Well, if you were in tier 4, you would need to be. Balance changes. Barbarian. Lunging strike was changed for balancing concerns. Bash. Frenzy. Base damage increased from 20 to 22. I use Frenzy, so I'm glad that. Flay. Okay, I used to use Flay. I changed it to Frenzy. Now I might go back to Flay. Bleeding base damage is increased from 36 to 40. Fury generate increased from 9 to 10. Enhanced Flay vulnerable chance increased from 10 to 15. All right, okay. Well, I might consider that. But right now, I have been using Frenzy for the extra DPS. Double swing, that's been changed. Kick, charge, leap has been increased. Mighty leap slow increased from 50 to 70. All right, enhanced Iron Skin's barrier increased from 10 to 20 of maximum health. So that's nice. I use the Iron Skin. Call of the Ancients. That's Iron Maelstrom. Bounding Slam. Okay. And then we've got, so it looks like they only did Barbarians. I guess that's the only balance changes they made for that class. Was for the Barbarian because they're going right to aspects now. So it looks like the Barbarian really got a little, some help, I guess. I guess that's how I would put it. Okay, so legendary aspects. So they've done some changes with the aspects. It looks like increased quite a bit. Dust Devil flat rates. Even the Dust Devil flat rate is now higher. Damage reduction, Iron Warrior, the damage reduction. Yeah, it looks like they've given buffs to these things. Items, Overkill, damage increase from 16. Yeah, buffs. Hellhammer, buffs. Okay. So why did it? Oh, these are legendary aspects that must be used only for a Barbarian, and that's why they were, I thought we're going to a new category, but now we go to the Druid. So it looks like they did do some changes to the Druid. So it looks like, okay. So I should have read this article before now. Base damage increased. Oh, boy. I don't use a Druid all that much, but it looks like they've done some changes here. And passives. And then the aspects. So these must be the aspects that are for that class. And then Necromancer. Wow, they did quite a bit. Rogue, Sorcerer. All right, I'm just going to, that's it. I'm just going to link this for you. I think it would be here for all tomorrow still for me individually reading all this. But it looks like, they've made some quality of life improvements. I'm thinking that the improvements that they've made here will better the game moving forward. People will have a better time with the game. And let's hope that we see these changes affect people's, happiness with the game. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. And this has been the Tarkus Zone.